Oh man, YouTube's been difficult lately, my friends. Feel the energy. I hear you, I see you, and I feel you at this time. Been pretty hectic, and I'm feeling it too. I'm not always zen. I feel it too. Welcome if you're here watching the replay, and if you're new, I'm Susie, and I help people ascend. And we've had quite a few new subscribers lately, so I want to welcome you guys. Welcome to my channel. It's all about healing here. It's about ascension. YouTube's pretty dodgy, okay? So I get a lot of hidden comments and things like that. There's no point me sending feedback to them because they don't even respond to it. YouTube's shonky like that. They've been doing this with my channel and my previous channel for a while now. So what can I do? All I can do is just keep pushing forward and just come up, put the messages up, do what I got to do because YouTube is dodgy. Hey Rita, how you doing? So I'm having comments disappear from some of you guys. I'm having all sorts of things going on. So I've been tested lately. Universe is testing me. I've been feeling it. I've been feeling frustrated. Talking to quite a few people lately, and a few people have asked me, does this healing journey get easier? And it get easier. Okay. I'm in a wave at the moment, and I'm going to share my pure authentic self because I'm not always Zen vibes. Okay. I do the best I can. I learn, I heal, I integrate, and I share that forward with you guys so I can help you guys do the same thing. So yeah, I've had pockets and layers in me. I've gone through a layer, hit a layer, hit a block recently, and it was powerful. So I've had a lot of frustration energy shift up within me that I've been leaning right into it and feeling it. Today wasn't as bad, still not my calm self just yet. So I'm just going with the flow. And that's what I want you guys to do is just go with the flow, whatever is presented to you right now, because we come into this year of the sacred new chapter of the year of the fire horse thinking, oh, it's going to be all great and amazing and all that. Yes, it is, because it's about forward momentum. It's about things speeding up, accelerated pace, but that means you're healing too. So you may find deeper things come up to the surface now, things that you weren't expecting. Okay. And with these, excuse my French, the Epstein files, with all that sort of stuff come to the surface, that's triggering a lot of sexual trauma in people. And for me, it hit a pocket of sexual trauma within myself from my childhood that I had worked on for many years, but it hit another pocket there for me. But it was a beautiful healing breakthrough for me. So, with that, of course, I'm releasing the frustration because sexual trauma as a child or any type of trauma on that degree as a child, when we're silenced, where where does the anger go? We're unable to express that anger, so it gets suppressed and it sits in the cells, and the body holds a score. So now it's held in your body, yeah, until later on in life, until you're ready enough to face that wound, to process that wound, and it's hectic. It's not easy. It's not easy when you're laying there and you're processing old, and trigger warning here, my friends, okay? It's not easy when you're processing old wounds, like, that sort of stuff come up, sexual trauma wounds when you're a child. It's not easy sometimes when you have to just breathe through that and allow it just to process, because it's just processing and it's coming out of you. So if you can stay connected to your breath through that, and that's what I've been doing, breathing through that, okay? But watch that ego. The ego is going to try and tell you things like, oh, but I've already done this before, right? I've already I've already healed all this part of me. But it's like, just watch it and observe the ego, let it pass through. You could tell, look, I've been frustrated, I've got extra lines on my face saying I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm flustered. Hi, Ali Sabi. Hi, Bryant, brother. Um, Hi, Blake. Um, so yeah, you just got to work your way through it. It does get easier, but when we're healing in layers, okay? And when you're ready and when you're stronger and when you're in the right environment and when you have the right support around you, that's when certain things will come up to the surface for you. And especially now, if you're setting your intentions, okay, you're setting your intentions to release more stuff, you're ready to let go of more stuff. And then, given the fact that the soul activity is still doing its thing, it's increasing, it's just doing its thing. I can't even keep up the soul activity these days. That's all affecting the energy within us. So just know that whatever's coming up for processing for you, can you be brave enough to, mm, I'm going to breathe through that now. I know I'm safe. Yeah, stay as grounded as possible. So I can say stay super grounded, get out there. And you guys are doing good. You are out there getting on, earthing yourselves, connecting to the trees and all that sort of stuff, getting in the ocean and doing all that sort of stuff. Okay. But the healing journey does get easier. Don't be disheartened because there's so many layers that we have to go through. There's so much. We've been through so much in this lifetime. We've been through so much in lifetimes. Okay. It's been a full on road. It's pretty full on. But with everything that's happening externally in the world right now, my friends, all of these layers are coming up because so many shadows are getting lit right now, especially before the childhood sexual trauma stuff. So if that stuff's popping up now, all the Epstein files and all that, and I don't like to talk about the dirty stuff and all that type of energy, but I've got to bring it up because, you know, that's all coming up for healing. So people in your community have been affected as they've been triggered with the sexual wounds. So then you're probably picking up, if you're sensitive, you're picking up on that sort of energy. And a lot of light workers right now, a lot of light workers, a lot of light warriors, what you call, some people call it in battle, but what it is, we're doing the light work. So in dream state, when you're sleeping, maybe you're not even sleeping because you're out there doing the light work. What does that look like? It can look like in many different ways. But what it is that you're using your light, your energy, your frequency to blast the shadows, children, underground tunnels and things like that. I remember I used to wake up in the middle of the night like that, hectic as overwhelmed. But like, whoa, when I didn't quite understand what was going on until I realized I'm a light warrior. I'm here helping the cleanup. So I've been talking to a few people lately and they're experiencing that. They're waking up super tired. They don't even know what's going on. What's going on is because you're part of the cleanup. You're the cleanup crew. So you're there energetically helping clear all that type of energy. You see, so the energy has been exposed in the 3D world. People now aware and seeing what's been hidden. It's all coming to the surface. And then you got light workers, light warriors that are part of the cleanup crew that are cleaning all that up. So that's exhausting work. And then you got your own stuff on top of that, feeling your own stuff on top of that. So my hair's hectic. My hair looks like it's going through a purge of its own. I need to redo it. Look at this, guys. So hectic. I'm done with the cornrows. I think I'm going to go back to braids. So it's massive stuff going on right now. Okay. But, and that's the thing as well. There's many times where, you're up and down and you're up and down. I've said this numerous times before, we're up and down so much sometimes and it can feel disheartening. And I want to encourage you guys to just don't be disheartened because you're healing some big parts of you that people don't even want to acknowledge and look at, especially childhood wounds. The childhood wounds, the childhood abandonment wounds are the most deepest core wounds that a lot of people run from. If you keep running from the childhood wounds, you're going to continuously attract toxic relationships into your life because you haven't healed that center, that core part of you. It's so super important to heal that part of you. And see what I'm saying? So can you be brave enough? Because you are brave and you are strong and you're not alone, you're ancestrally backed. You have so much backing behind you. Can you be brave enough to surrender to your process? Because I've said this numerous times before, right? The minute you put resistance and you try to push it away, I don't want to feel this now. I am fucking done with this healing journey. I'm done with this ascension walk, but then you're putting resistance there. The minute you put resistance there, well, then you're creating that suffering. We want to just go into it as full on and as heavy and thick as it is. We want to just be able to just go into it. Okay, I'm going into it. I'm a warrior. I'm going into it and I'm going to process and feel whatever needs to be felt. Grief is a big one. I know you don't want to feel the grief, my friend. I know you don't want to feel the grief because grief is such an intense, deep emotion. But grief will block you up so much. Grief creates so much heart blocks, and we need your heart to be open, to be purified. This is the time, this is the purification process that we're going through. So when grief comes up, it's not nothing to run from. You're safe to feel it. It's an emotion, it's energy trying to shift through you. And all you need to do is just lean into it and experience it for what it is. And grief can present itself because in grief presents itself because maybe you've lost a loved one in spirit. Maybe you got an anniversary or their birthday or whatever it may be. That's a form of grief when we lose a loved one or a pet or something. Okay, maybe you're experiencing grief because you're going through a separation with your partner or a broken marriage or something like that. These are all forms of grief. Okay, hi Glitch, how you doing? Okay, and grief can present in many different ways. Okay, grief could be that you've gone separate ways from a family member. It's finished now. So that's causing the grief from the heart space. So it's important to feel the grief. And with grief, hand in hand with grief normally comes anger. And anger is a secondary emotion because anger, normally underneath anger, there's two emotions. It's fear and it's anger. Fear and anger. Underneath, so underneath the anger, it's fear and it's sadness. Okay, so when you have that grief come up and you got fear sitting side by not fear, sorry, anger sitting side by side with that, you got the anger coming up. So that may present itself to you as a frustration. You're feeling frustrated because this anger's coming up, and that's what's presenting to you. Okay, and some people don't know what to do with that frustration, and you've got to find the technique that works for you, because we can sit there and be present with the emotion as the anger comes up and the frustration energy comes up. We can sit there and be present with that. Okay, welcome it straight away. Okay, right now, acknowledge that, name it. Okay, all right, welcome anger. Anger's here now. Frustration's come to visit me right now. All right, it's come to visit me right now. I need to lean right into that. Okay, but then you may be at that point where the electrical charge of that anger energy and the frustration energy is so strong. Okay, it's so strong that you need to physically release it and get it out. So there's so many different techniques. If you can use the boxing bag and get the boxing bag. If you don't have a boxing bag, okay, get a pillow, get a cushion, and just smack that. Put it on the bed, smack the bed, because it's getting the energy out, shifting the energy out of you. Okay, even running is a good one. Okay, because the other day I was super frustrated. I don't normally run. I like to walk like fast and do long distance and like uphill things and stuff like that. But the other day, I actually ran and I was like, yeah, I'm going to run. I'm going to shift this energy because the energy is shifting out of me anyway. So I'm going to support that. Okay. So I started running. And what else can you do? So think what's going to work for you to release that. I still have my famous baseball bat. If the baseball bat needs to come out, I go to the earth and ask Mother Earth to transmute that. And I'll get the baseball bat and I'll smack it on the earth. I'll smack it because it's the force, it's the energy. I'm releasing the energy and I'm getting the energy out. And obviously, you're not going to go do that in the front of the neighborhood and all that. You're going to go to your backyard, or you're going to go out into the sacred bush and you release that way, because you're releasing that strong charge, you see. So then you can release that charge. And normally, when you release that strong charge, then you're cutting through a layer. Now you're softening a bit, and then bang. Normally, what happens is the tears will start to flow. Now that's the grief coming through now because you pierced through that anger. Sweet, I've just pierced through another layer. Cool. Now I'm feeling the emotion in my heart. Now the grief is going to come through, right, bro? Brian, you get it, right? Brian's experienced his fair share of grief. One love to you, my brother. Okay? So feel that, heal that, and just know that you're healing, you're purifying, you're healing. Everyone is healing at this time. Okay? We can try and run. We can't run anymore. We can't run from what's coming up anymore. And the more you try to numb yourself, smoking the drugs or drinking the alcohol or keeping yourself busy or just fucking around with random partners, sleeping around and all that sort of stuff, the more you do that, the more you're just running from it. You're suppressing it. You're pushing it down more and more and more. And the energy's not going anywhere now. It's sitting in your body, and then that manifests as physical disease. Cancer is manifested that way. Parasitic overloads is manifested that way. All these thyroid diseases, you know, um, pancreatic disorders, liver disorders, all these diseases is all coming from unhealed wounds. It's just the energy is sitting in the body and hasn't been released, hasn't been acknowledged. Okay. A very powerful technique to release energy from the body is, I've mentioned this in the past actually, TRE, trauma release exercises. So look that up, TRE. And pretty much what trauma release exercises are is you go through like a series of stretches, and then it encourages the body to start shaking, and the body will start shaking once you do it correctly. Okay, like Rita says, you can run but you can't hide. That's right. So the trauma release exercises, what happens is the body will start to shake and tremor, and what's happening, like I've been doing it for years. Okay, so what happens is the body starts shaking. I'll be shaking like this, shaking. Your limbs will shake, everything will shake, even my head will shake, because the nervous system is trying to come back to balance. The body is releasing all this trauma which is held in the body. So when you do TRE, trauma release exercises, do your research, look it up. Okay, the guy who come up and discovered with this, he was using it on war veterans and things like that, because it really helped them release the trauma. I was a little bit skeptical when I first looked into it, but when I started applying that and using it on myself, wow, I was impressed, and I've been doing this for quite a few years now. And now, because I've incorporated into my healing practices, now I'll just start shaking spontaneously when I need to release a big chunk of old energy. And that's what happened the other night. I was going in and with a fine tooth comb because I've been working on a block and I hit something and it went to childhood sexual trauma. It went to a child sexual trauma, not the ones that I knew of, but a childhood sexual trauma from a very, very young age. I was 6 years old, but it was repressed. I didn't even know about it, but it was repressed. So the body holds a score. The subconscious mind knows everything, my friends. That's freaky, right? But the body knows everything. So that's held in the body. So I knew it had something to do with sexual trauma. It was a deep wound. So then anyway, and then I'm laying there and then I was doing, some inner work on that. And then later on, I started spontaneously shaking because that's the Kundalini energy flowing now. My body's like, shit, I've got to get this out. And I shook. I tell you now, I feel absolutely exhausted. You know why? Because I've been shaking for 2 days. Even today, I was shaking on and off, releasing that. So look into TRE, trauma release exercises. It's such a big force of energy that's been shifting out of me. So my recalibration and my integration is going to be very interesting. I'm excited for that because we're talking the womb space. As a woman who went through sexual trauma, we're talking the womb space. We're talking the divine feminine energy coming back into balance. You guys know what I'm talking about. Even men who've been through sexual trauma, okay? Now's the time to face that. It's such a deep wound, but now's the time to face that so it can finally be shifted out of you so you can embody more light. I know it's not a nice thing to have to face and to look into, but if it's what's coming up and presenting for you now, if you're getting the flashbacks now, if you're getting severely triggered now because what's going on in the media and all the exposure out there, it's the universe nudging you. It's your spirit nudging you. Okay, my friend, it's time to just face this now. It's time to clear it out of you so you can live your greatest existence. So you don't have to walk around with the old ass energy in you, because the energy that we're holding within us that's dense and heavy, remember, we're like a magnet. That's the energy that's going to come into our life. You're done with this entity attacks. You're done with those shadow attachments. You're done with those archonic energies. They see those archonic energies. Okay, they see your vibration. They see your frequency. You could be vibing good and you're in your heart space, but you still have things that you're still clearing. You still have residual stuff. And these archons, these energetic parasites, know that. So they'll come through and they'll try to toy with you. You see what I mean? So you don't want to give them any ammo. You want to clear out as much as you can at this time, at this sacred time. So I just want to share that because it's been pretty full on for me. And you guys know me, I'm built pretty solid, but like I said, the last couple of days, I've just been knocked down. I've been tired. I've had no energy. I've just been taking it easy. Haven't been training. But mind you, I went to the gym earlier and I smashed through. I caught up. I trained legs and I trained back. Both my 2 big days. I thought I'll smash them out and just have a leg and back workout. So I did that. So I'm feeling good for it. So I should sleep good tonight. I want to mention a couple of things as well. Castor oil packs. Okay. Castor oil packs are really, really good. The castor oil packs, if you're using castor oil, you have to use the organic hexane-free castor oil. It's very good. Okay. It's very healing for the body. It's medicinal. Okay. Organic, hexane-free. So you use the castor oil, use the packs, and what I do is I put it on the abdomen, okay? And then I put the hot water bottle, the heat pack, overnight, and I'll sleep for like that. The reason why I'm putting the heat is so the castor oil can sink into the body. It goes through the muscles. Now, castor oil is very good if you have like biofilm. It will break up biofilm, okay? It'll help with parasites. It'll help with anything to do with your womb. Woman, if you're having issues around the womb space, all that sort of stuff, okay? They help detox you. They help detox your liver. They assist your lymphatic system. So I want to mention that because it's one thing that I love incorporating on my healing. So I've started going hard again on the castor oil packs, really good. Say if you're on your menstrual flow, not to use them because it could make your bleed a little bit heavier, woman. But you know what? I've done it and I was fine with it. So do what works for you. Do your research, use discernment. And I want to mention also neem leaf. So look into neem, NEEM. In India, they use neem a lot. So neem purifies the body and it purifies the blood as well. Okay, so it's very good. It's good. It's good for the liver. It helps cleanse the system. It's really good stuff. So I was impressed. I've heard about neem many times in the past, but I just experimented with neem recently. I'm only like on it like a few days, so I'm gonna just go for like maybe 7 days and see how I go with it. So I want to mention that as well because we've got to remember, let's bring in the good stuff. Let's bring in the good herbs. Let's bring in the good medicinals to support our body, to bring our body back to perfect balance because we're doing this inner work. When we're healing, we heal holistically. We're looking at mind, body, and spirit. What's going on with our body? Okay, something's going on with our body. There's an imbalance there. There's energy there that's blocked, that's locked, that's stuck, trapped energy. Let's face that now. What's that emotion? Ask your spirit, your higher self. Please present forward to me what the emotion is that is sitting there that's still I haven't processed. What is it that's blocking me? Ask spirit, the creator, your higher self, God, most high. Please reveal to me what it is that's blocking me up. And now pay attention because the universe is going to put that person on your path that's going to illuminate for you. You're going to be like, oh, damn, it's just sexual trauma. Oh, shit, it's the anger. It's the energy of, let's just talk sexual trauma for a moment because sexual trauma, the energies behind that is a lot of shame. Shame, yeah, feeling disgusting. These things, okay, anger, all these things, okay? That's the emotion there. That's the energy there. So this is the stuff that weighs you down. When you want to ascend, you want to dump all that sort of stuff off. You see what I'm saying? So and the universe will present to you and put people and videos and just synchronicities and things on your path to help you heal that part of you, help you heal that layer. And healing these days, remember, it doesn't take as long as it used to back in the day. We're healing a lot quicker now. It's accelerated rate. You see what I'm saying? So, in depth because the flow makes me. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. And trauma does affect the body. Trauma is heavy in the body. The energy of trauma in the body is so heavy, it weighs you down, you feel tired. But when you're shifting it out, it can feel drastic. It can feel so heavy sometimes. Like I said, I've been so tired because I've been releasing so much of this stuff. And yeah, like PTSD, like complex post-traumatic stress disorder. If you guys don't know what complex post-traumatic stress disorder, it's not just one trauma. It's not just PTSD from one trauma. It's PTSD from multiple traumas. And we can all put a hand up and say, yeah, we've experienced that. And that's the aftermath. The PTSD is the aftermath of the trauma, but we can heal from trauma. We can go through the most fucked up, severe traumas, and we can still bounce back from that. You guys know me, I've bounced back pretty good from all the deep things that I've been through. You see me on screen sometimes, I'm looking fresh, I'm bouncing. And sometimes look at me, I'm tired, I'm feeling like there, because this is all part of the healing journey. We can't walk around and expect to just be perfect all the time. No, because then we're bypassing. We're running from the shadows. Go and look at the, YouTubers out there that are putting nonsense out there. They're not even doing the inner work. They're coming to you every day looking all suave, packing their faces with makeup and putting on a front. They're not showing the real side to healing, the real side to ascension. They're bypassing all the real shit. Okay? This is what healing looks like. When you're tired, when you're not sleeping, when you're bringing in extra herbs, when you're calling in divine intervention, when you're reaching out for help. This is what healing looks like. And if you're reaching out for help now, I love you for that. Okay? And it's not weak to speak. It's not weak to speak. Okay? A lot of people are starting to speak up now, but a lot of people are still struggling to speak their truth. And when we can start to talk and feel safe enough, okay, just to talk, just to get it off our chest, you're going to start to feel a bit lighter. We need to lose the stigma on mental health. We need to lose that. Okay? We need to lose that. It's time to liberate yourself. And I know sometimes it's hard to find the right people that you feel safe enough to be able to have those talks to, those uncomfortable talks to. Maybe you need to find a professional that you can speak to, or maybe you can just, you search your local community to go and find a shaman, a healer, someone like myself that can sit there and just listen. Because sometimes it's not the fact that we have the solution for you, it's just the fact that someone is listening. And sometimes all we need is someone just to listen, just to feel heard, so we can get it off our chest, because we're losing too many people from staying silenced, my friends. I'm sorry to hear that, Alex. Alex says yes. Sorry, I'm not sure if you're a woman or a male. Has speech issues and blocked emotions, and your mum makes you harder. I'm sorry to hear that. And so You know, like some people aren't supportive. Sometimes parents aren't supportive. You got to find the right people that can support you. You got to have a look in your community. There's helplines sometimes. Sometimes if there's no one there, and I did this many years ago. I didn't feel like there was anyone there to support me at the time. I rang one of the helplines. I rang them. I was like, bro, this is where I'm at. And I didn't feel embarrassed or nothing. I didn't know the person. It's like a stranger on the phone. This was many years back. But at the end of the day, it was good because they just listened to me and I got it off my chest and I finished a phone call. I felt lighter because boom, you know, I just was able to get it out. So I encourage you to speak up, my beautiful friends, okay? Hats off to you guys for sticking in there, you know, and speaking your truth and just keep moving forward on the healing journey. Support your body at this time. Rest if needed, okay? What's going on with my YouTube? It's been real dodgy lately. Can you guys still see me? It's really weird. What's going on here? I like rap, but I'm not a gangster. There's nothing gangster about it. What's the point of getting around gangster? Like, we're trying to come into our hearts now. And my rap music used to be different back then because I was just speaking from anger and all this shit that I was going through. But now it's like it's positive now because I can tell a story that's going to inspire people and help people heal. Thanks, Brian. You see? Alex related to Eminem. Fair enough. So I guess I'm going to leave you guys here. Look into the herbs, look into the castor oil packs, check out the neem, good stuff. Hydrate, get some sunshine if you can. Keep breathing through it and just know it does get better. We have our highs and we have our lows. We're coasting. We got to ride those waves. Don't get caught up in the ego. The mind's going to tell you I'm going around in circles. I'm not even healing but you are healing. You're healing every single day. Even it doesn't feel like it sometimes. It doesn't feel like it sometimes because healing is messy. Healing doesn't look glamorous. You're going to wake up some days and feel good even in your own skin. You're going to wake up and start looking at your body, feeling, picking on yourself and all that. Oh, look, I look so tired. I don't feel pretty today because it's just the ego. It's just a part of the process. We can surrender. Now we can surrender and let go. This is what the healing journey looks like. And sometimes I wake up and I'm going to feel like that. But sometimes I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel a lot better. You're welcome, Rita. And sometimes I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel a lot better. So you just got to surrender. Go with the flow. Okay? Go with the flow. The law cheated everyone, bro. The law's corrupt. But now, until it changes and shifts up, get the new earth, or the new earth leaders will start reinforcing the real laws around here. We've got lots of good things to look forward to on the new earth vibe. Okay? We've got to heal first. We're purifying. This is the great purification, my beautiful friends. I'm going to go and lay down and get some rest and see what tomorrow entails. Hang in there, my beautiful friends. Send you lots of love and light. It does get better. I promise. Watch my next video. See you soon. See you soon, bro. It's happening. Keep coasting, bro. One love.